of dirty. I mean, white isn't the best color anyway to wear. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys today. What we're doing today, we are going to be starting some seeds today, and the reason why I'm starting seeds today, we weren't able to get down in the garden today to do anything, so I am just doing some planning ahead for the crops that I want to grow on the plot. So I'm going to take you guys along with me today. I got me some new seed trays. I don't know the size of these seed trays, but these are smaller than the first ones I had. These were the first ones I had. They were quite bigger. But what I want to grow, there are many seeds, so I needed a tray with many more cells in them. So I got me a new seed tray in order to do specifically onions. I'm just going to change my glasses quick because this other one is giving me a lot of trouble. Right, so I'm going to start onions today, guys. So I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as I choose the different seeds that I want to grow. So I have here a few different things that I have in mind as regards growing, and the first thing that I'm going to be looking at growing today is onions. This one is Texas onion. I also bought Texas onion in a small little packet from the grocery store. This was $10, guys. Look at this. This is $10, and if I'm to guess, this is probably 50 seeds for $10. Look at that. And this, I got a lot more for $20. So I had these ones. These are a little older seeds, and these I did try germinating these seeds before, and I had spotty germination, so that's why I went ahead and got new seeds to grow. Now I'm gonna apologize for the background noise because the time of the day, there's a lot of vehicles going by, and there's not much that I can do about that, guys. But I really do apologize if there's a lot of background noise. So today, for me to get started, I am going to put some of my compost, store-bought compost, of course, sterilized stuff, into my seed trays. As I always say, pre-moisten your stuff before you put it in the seed tray, because I find trying to moisten the potting mix or compost after you got it into the seed tray is really cumbersome, really challenging. So moisten it before you get it in, before you start putting your seeds in, so that you don't really wash away your seeds from your trays, from your cells. So I'm going to get these trays all filled up, and I'm going to pick you guys back up. Again, when you're filling in your seed trays and you put in that initial growing medium into your seed tray, you need to take your fingers and press down that soil in it so that you can get those air pockets out of your seed tray, and the roots of your seeds will have enough soil to grow in. So when you're starting your seed tray, if you're new to this, you want to compress that soil into your seed tray. That initial amount of soil that you're putting into your tray, just press it down like that. Just press it in, because it may fool you thinking that its cell is full when really it's not. It's going to settle after some time, and you're going to run into problems with it. So don't skip this step. Okay, so I have my impression all done in my trays, and I'm gonna get started on these seeds that I have from Tropical Gold. These are onions. Now the onions that I grew, guys, were long day onions, and in that video I put a link to that in the corner here. You could go back to watching that. In that video I mentioned when I harvested my white onions that was a long day onion, but this one is a short day onion, and as we know, our days are getting shorter here in the Caribbean. We generally have short days to begin with, but our shorter days start around this time, and so I'm gonna give growing these onions a try. Now these are brown onions, these aren't the white onion, but as I was trying to tell you before, is the onions were delicious. They are delicious. I still have some inside, in fact. So I am going to try growing onions. I'm putting 2 in a cell, by the way. I'm going to try growing these onions to see if its taste is different to the ones we buy in the grocery store. And I will give you guys some feedback as to how that goes. So I'm putting 2 in a cell approximately. Some are getting more than 2, but just in case the germination is spotty, I'm putting 2. That's it. So I'm just using my pen to lightly disturb the soil over the seeds that I have in the cell. And if they do come up, after they reach a certain level, then I will take them out, separate them, and put them into bigger pots. Alright, so these first 3 rows are finished. I just need to mark them with something. I'm just going to use this stick here. So I just use these 2 sticks here to help me to remember that these 3 rows here are onions. Okay, so that's it for the onions, guys. On to the next vegetable that I want to grow. I am going to my, I've had this for a couple months. I store my seeds in the freezer so that they keep longer and they're frozen in their best state. One thing that I want to grow is this one here, a broccoli. So I'm going to do 1 row of this because we're heading into the cooler months, and I also would like to grow some cabbage. This one is the Golden Acre. This has a lot of good reviews, but I'm also reading in the back of the packet that it says that it thrives in cooler weather, and we are heading into that area. Now I am planting these seeds with the hopes of growing these in the garden in October. I think I have some other cabbage varieties that I am looking for. Okay, I have these 2 here. Alright, so this is another cabbage variety that I have. This one here is the Fairy Round Dutch. This one also is better in cooler weather, but I'm gonna try it anyway and see how it does. I mean, that's how we learn. We learn by trying. If you don't try, you never know what will grow well in your area. As a gardener, you get to learn your garden by trial and error. So I'm using these two varieties, the Golden Acre and the Fairy Round Dutch. This one they said is 71 days. This one they said is 71 days to harvest, and this one is 75 days to harvest. So that's approximately 3 months of growing. So I am going to try these two varieties of cabbages. So not going very much. I ordered on Amazon some netting because you guys know I have a lot of bugs in the garden. This is how the seeds look. They're not very small. Very good. You can see it with your eyes. Actually looks close to pak choy seed. So I'm gonna plant 2 in each cell again in case the germination isn't so great. So in that 4th row, I put in the Golden Acre. This is basically more for this is my records so that I could look back at my video and know what I planted where, because I don't have markers to put on my seed trays. So the 4th row is the Golden Acre, and now I'm going to put in the Dutch Round. Perfect. Yeah, perfect amount of seeds. Okay, so now on to the next vegetable. Is, I don't know if you guys watch a fellow YouTuber, the Trini Gardener. He showed how he grew broccoli in a 2-gallon container, roughly 3 gallons. He used what we call a concrete bucket, construction bucket, and he grew beautiful heads of garlic in his bucket. So I'm going to be trying this in the garden bed, broccoli, because we love broccoli. We buy lots of it, and if I can grow that, because broccoli, as we all know, is a very expensive vegetable. So I am going to try this one, which is the Waltham 29. I also have some other varieties of broccoli here. I have I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this wrong, the sickle. I have that variety, and I have Calabrese as well. So I think I will be trying these two, this sickle, and I would also do the Waltham 29. So I would also be doing 2 rows of broccoli in case they don't do too well. So the first row of broccoli is the Waltham 29. So put in 1 in each cell, 1 or 2, because some of them are getting 2. Again, the seeds for the broccoli is very similar to the cabbage, and the reason for that is that they're all in the brassica family. They're all in that brassica family, cold crop family. So the seeds are quite similar. Now we have a habit of wanting to buy all our seedlings. Oh, it's easier. It is. But you know, it takes the fun out of it. Growing different varieties in the seedling store, you will get you know, the general varieties that you would see in the supermarket. But when you have your own seeds, you can, you know, experiment with different vegetables and flowers and whatever else you want to grow. Another one that I would like to try is the Swiss chard. This is the rainbow Swiss chard. I prefer to grow all of my salad greens. They definitely taste different to what you get in the grocery store. Definitely tastes exceptionally better. So this is how the seeds looks. It looks like a beetroot seed. It looks like a cluster of seeds. And I'm gonna put one in a cells, big seeds. Oh wow, the weather is changing and quickly as well. I have to do quickly to get these seedlings set and put them out that they don't get washed out. I'm going to use a little bit of soil and cover all of these brassicas and the Swiss chard. Now we live in a climate that has lots of sun when it's not raining too much, but we have lots of sun, so I won't be setting these under any grow light or anything like that. So I will just be leaving these here on the table, on this seeding table, and allowing the rain and sun to fall on it and see how it germinates. So that's all I'll be planting today, guys. Just planting these few seeds in preparation to plant out into the garden. What I'll be doing off camera, I'll probably be planting some cosmos. I will also be planting some beetroot. And I also would like to be planting, these are some seeds that I had a very long time. These are a Chinese cabbage called Wangbok. Delicious. So I'll be planting these, guys. So basically this is just a short video this week to encourage you guys to start planting your own seeds. You know, don't depend too much. I mean, not bashing any seedling nursery or any nursery at all. I buy seedlings as well, but the majority of them I try to grow for myself because I want to experiment with different varieties and have fun while I'm doing it. So I want to encourage you guys, if you can get your hands on different seeds, do that and see what works best in your area, because from my experience growing in my home country of Barbados and growing here in Trinidad and Tobago is two different experiences. Here has a wide variety of life in the soil, whereas in Barbados they have life, but it's just not the same things. And here in Trinidad and Tobago, I would say is wetter than it is in Barbados. So wherever you are, you guys, you can plant your seeds, keeping in mind what your climate is like. If it's super wet, if it's moist, if it's arid, you plant seeds to, you know, deal with that. There's going to be a whole lot more noise in the areas, guys. This is where I'm going to close off the video. But before I do, I am new to growing sorrel, and I wanted to get your input on this. Is this how sorrel seedlings supposed to look? Super leggy like that? Is that normal? So these are my sorrel seedlings that I got at the expo, and they're looking super leggy to me, and I'm not too sure. So I'm just asking you guys, if you have grown sorrel before, is this normal for sorrel seedlings? Leave it in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. So I have this sorrel here going on. I also have some eggplant, some new eggplants, because I love eggplant, and I'm going to be planting these new seedlings. So as these emerge, you guys will get a little snippet as time goes by with these seedlings. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I know it's a short one, but hopefully over the next weekend we will be able to get down on the garden itself and take you guys along with the wonderful journey that I am embarking on, turning a forest into a garden. And if you guys are enjoying it, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel and to share with your friends and family who you think would enjoy the content. Thanks so much for checking in, guys. See you guys next week. Bye.